Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Monday, July 15th, 2013. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see that the futures are trading higher by about 3 3/4 points right now to 1674 per contract. So decent little move up ahead of the opening bell this morning. The markets look to be holding steady. There's a few things that are out in the news. One we could talk about is Citigroup. Citigroup getting a good reaction to earnings. The stock on Friday closed at $50.81. Today it's trading at $51.89, so it's up a little bit over $1 at the moment from Friday's close. Decent little move. I'm not sure how much more upside the stock has in the cards here, but nonetheless, the market is reacting positive, at least at the moment. We'll see how it plays out after the opening bell rings. But Citigroup is trading higher. That is the big earnings report. After the closing bell today, we will have much more earnings. You'll have stocks like Wynn Resorts, JB Hunt, and others starting to report. This week we will get hit with a ton of earnings reports. So this is the real start to the week of earnings coming after the closing bell today. So brace yourselves, get ready. We're going to get a lot of volatility in the market. We'll have a lot of stocks getting big pops, a lot of stocks getting big drops. And we'll see if we get a lot of gap plays this week going forward. But Citigroup is the big one on the board today. Also, there is news coming out of Leap Wireless. They're being bought out by AT&T. Do not short it. Do not buy it. Don't do anything here. This stock should just flatline around the 1740 level throughout the rest of the day. So there's not much you can do with it here. But AT&T buying out Leap Wireless. And again, that's a decent pop from the $8 close on Friday. So very big move, and really is not much that anybody could do with the stock at this stage of the game. Boeing could be in the news today. Boeing could be a volatile player. The only level I really like for Boeing is around 97.50 if it got down there. So keep your eyes peeled to that level. See if the stock can trade down to that area. That's a level where I think we could see a bounce. Right now, Boeing is really just a mixed bag of tricks here. 1 minute, the Dreamliner is being grounded. The next minute, it's not. Nobody really knows the news, but in any case, I think investors and traders will come in around 97.50 to support the stock. So we'll see how that plays out. Today, we do have some important events taking place. I should say later this week we do. With Ben Bernanke's Humphrey Hawkins testimony, I believe that is going to be on Wednesday. So again, Ben Bernanke will be testifying in front of Congress on Wednesday. I think he's already said everything he's going to. So I don't know if we can make all that much out of it, but it's worth noting. Last night, you did have the Shanghai Composite Index trade up about 1% after reporting GDP. GDP came in at 7.5% or so. That's what they reported, at least. And the market reacted fairly well. It was up about 1%. The rest of Asia was just up slightly. The Nikkei 225 was up about 0.2%. The Hang Seng was up about 0.1%. Bombay Sensex Index up about 0.4%. And Singapore was basically flat. Straits Times Index, that is, was basically flat. So we're not going to make too much out of the Asian markets right now. Chinese ADRs, I guess, will just trade accordingly with the U.S. markets today. I wouldn't make a big deal out of them one way or the other. Looking at interest rates today in the U.S. markets, the 10-year bond yield is trading up a little bit. That's trading at around 2.6%. It was up to 2.62 earlier. So keep an eye on yields. That's going to be very important. And you also want to keep an eye on the dollar-yen chart. This carry trade is really dictating a lot. Watch the dollar-yen chart. Right now, dollar-yen is trading decently higher, up by 91 cents. But you can see it's starting to come in a little bit. And as this comes in, this could hurt the overall major stock market indexes in the U.S. today. So be a little bit careful. I know most people wouldn't realize that the two are tied together, but you have a big carry trade going on, and that keeps money pumped in to the U.S. market. As long as this chart goes up, the market goes up. If this starts to fall, now this is up decently already. It is starting to come in sharply. If it starts to come in, you're going to see the market start to drop a little bit, and that should be watched closely. It's really bond yields on the 10-year note and in the U.S. 10-year Treasury note, that is, and the dollar-yen chart really are dictating the markets right now for the most part. Looking at a few other things here on my list today, I believe we will have some economic data released a little bit later. So I think traders should watch for that. I think we have some 10 o'clock news. I'm not sure the news will really matter all that much, but again, you will have some news throughout the trading day. I think that's going to be pretty, could always cause some gyrations intraday, especially if you're a short-term trader, as I am. So always be prepared a little bit for that. Today I think we had retail sales and Empire Manufacturing out at 8:30, but we're going to have business inventories out at 10 o'clock, and that will be it for today. Tomorrow you'll have CPI. That could be pretty important. That's at 8:30 tomorrow morning. So we'll see how that all plays out going forward. Let's take a look at the gold market this morning. Gold, not too bad here today, just down $1.90. So gold has been holding up fairly well. You can see the GLD trading at around 124 today. So that's holding up fairly well. Gold is doing okay. Nothing great on the downside, nothing great on the upside. More of a flattish type day so far for gold. But gold is holding up pretty well off those lows that it made basically about 2 weeks ago at on June 28th. So gold is still hanging in there. It's still very, very volatile. So you definitely want to be careful. Today, light sweet crude here in the United States is down $1.12 to 104.84. So light sweet crude is coming down a little bit. Brent crude is down about 68 cents as well to 108.13. But light sweet crude definitely taking a little bit of a plunge. You see the USO coming down a little bit at 37.16. It closed at 37.56 on Friday. So we don't want to make too much out of oil right now, but a decent little drop today, at least at the start of the day, and we'll see how that plays out. It looks like you do have the retail sales data out. It looks like it rose 0.4% in June. Not that that's a big deal. I don't know if it's really going to be a market mover. I don't expect it to be. But nonetheless, you can take a look at the dollar-yen chart. And you can see dollar-yen is starting to come in pretty sharply. So if this were to really fall, you could see that would have a negative effect on the overall stock market indexes here in the United States. That's pretty much everything I wanted to cover today. We'll keep it short and sweet for a Monday again. Overall, we'll see how this market shakes out today. We'll have much, much more for you tomorrow. Remember, earnings season is underway, so you always want to check for earnings before any event. This coming Friday is also going to be the monthly options expiration for the month of July. This makes it always a volatile week, so throw earnings in there, throw options expiration in there. We should have a fair amount of volatility, and that usually leads to pretty good day trades. With that said, everybody, have a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts.